Hello, you gonna lay down with me? It's hot up here. You can go downstairs. You can go downstairs. Hello, and welcome to a slow down and cool off yoga practice. I don't know where you are. It's as hot as it is here. It feels like scorched earth. And this room is on an upper level, so it especially gets hit hard. It's a large room and only has one air vent. So I ran a couple of fans leading up to this, hoping it would cool it off. It hasn't cooled it off. And the sun is so strong, I couldn't do anything about that light over there. So it's gonna be bright for probably the entire practice. What I might do for the rest of the summer is start the practice a little bit later, just so that I don't have that bright sun coming in through that window. But we'll see what the comments say about whether or not you're able to see, or if the camera picked up on the wrong things. But anyway, I have a little rover dog here, and she's very good. And when I was practicing yoga last night, she actually let me practice. She did not get in the way. She just laid off to the side, so it was wonderful. But I do hope you're surviving this heat wave. It's supposed to get a little bit better tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But we're going to go ahead and start. So I'd like you to be in cross-legged, and we're going to place our hands out to the side. Make sure that you're reaching up to the sky with the crown of your head. You should immediately feel your pelvis tilt so that your back becomes super straight. And we want to make sure that there's a perfect line from our neck all the way down. It's one super highway. We don't want any turns in that highway. And we're going to have our hands just lightly resting here on the mat. And we're going to go into a breathing exercise where we lift our arms up to shoulder height while we breathe in. As we breathe out, we bring our hands together in prayer position and tuck our chin to the chest. Then reaching back behind with our hands, we breathe in as we reach high up to the sky, and then breathe out as we lower our hands to the mat again. So this will give us a chance to engage some muscles, but it'll also give us a little bit of cooling if you breathe out through your mouth during this breathing exercise. It'll help us release some heat. So we're going to breathe in, then out. Breathe in as we reach up, and breathe out as we lower our hands. Breathe in as we reach up to shoulder height. Breathe out as we bring our hands together. Tuck our chin, hands behind our head, and breathe in as we reach up to the sky. And breathe out. So keep doing that. Breathe in and out as we bring our hands together. Tuck our chin, reach high to the sky as we breathe in, and breathe out as we lower our hands. 2 more times, just like that. Breathe in, breathe out as we bring our hands together. Tuck your chin. Reach up to the sky as we breathe in and breathe out as we lower our hands. One more time, breathe in, arms up to shoulder height, breathe out as we bring our hands together, tuck our chins, and reach up to the sky as we take another deep breath in and breathe out as we lower our hands. Now we're going to take our hands and reach back behind our ears and up to the sky and lower as we twist to the left. And our right hand should land on our left knee, and our left hand should be just behind our hips. And take a deep breath in and breathe out as we go into a deeper twist. And reaching up as we breathe in and taking the twist to the right as we breathe out. Take a deep breath in and journey further into that twist, maybe looking over your right shoulder. And come back to center, and we're going to go to all fours. Give the belly a rub if you have a doggy near you. Get some dust on here. All right. So make sure that you've got really good alignment. You want to make sure that your hands are just below your shoulders, your knees are just below your hips. And you really want to dig into the mat and at the same time, just feel light as if you're growing up out of that mat. And we're going to do a little spinal flexion with the cat-cow. Breathe in as we drop our bellies, go into cow, and breathe out as we journey into cat. Breathe in as we go into cow. I don't know what's happening in my voice. Breathe out as we journey into cat. I think I waited too long to dust because I think the dust got in my throat. Breathe in as we drop our bellies, reaching up to the sky with the crown of our head, and breathe out as we journey back into that cat. Now, in case you have weak wrist, let's bring our knees together and lean back, sitting in a hero pose, just to take a little bit of weight off our wrists. Maybe turn your hands in a fist in order to release that pressure. Extending the fingers, opening your hands, and now back to all fours. Realign yourself, make sure your knees are right underneath your hips. And we're going to reach back with our right foot to start. Maybe do a little sawing action here, going back and forth. Then we're going to lift that right leg from the inner thigh. Reach forward with your left hand, and then bring everything into center. Then breathe in as we expand. Breathe out through your mouth as we bring everything back to center. Breathe in and breathe out as we bring everything to center. One more time. Expand as you breathe in and breathe out as we bring everything to center. And place your knees on the mat and come back to that hero pose. We want to engage our muscles, but we don't want to get overheated. It's a balancing act. to make sure that doesn't happen. And we want to give those that have trouble with their wrists just a little bit of time off of them. Now we're going to take it to the other side. So hands just below your shoulders, get your knees back in alignment. Feel that push and pull at the same time as we dig down into our mat and try to lift up out of it. And then take the left foot and extend it out. A little bit of sawing back and forth. And lift that leg from the inner thigh. Reach forward with that right hand. Take a deep breath in and expand. And breathe out as you bring everything to center. Expand as you breathe in. And breathe out as we bring everything back to center. Breathe in. Reach forward. Breathe out as we bring it to center. One more time. Expand. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out as we bring everything to center. Now this time we're going to take our knees wide as the mat, and reach back. Just have your pelvis right above your heels. Reach forward with your hands. We're going to have an active extended child's pose. And tuck your chin into your chest and rest your forehead on your mat. You can take your hands and tip them above your head, kind of like a shark fin. Take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we're going to release that. And we're going to come up and we're going to step back with the right foot, step back with the left into plank pose, and then immediately lift your hips high and back, down dog. Go ahead and step it out a little bit. If it's warm in your room and your hands are slipping on the mat, make sure that you get them adjusted. Now we're going to step slowly up to the front of the mat. Have your feet together, really together. Maybe swim your hands to the right, to the left. Take a little bit of time in this forward fold. You feel like twisting, like I am, or just staying stationary with your nose towards your knees. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. Take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Breathe in and out through the mouth. And as we breathe in again, lift up to flat back and lower. One more time, breathing in, flat back, and lower. Now we're going to sweep our arms up and overhead and bring them down in prayer position. Now we're going to do that breathing exercise that we did in a seated position, but while we're standing here at the front of our mat. So lower your hands to your sides. Breathe in as we raise our arms up to shoulder height. Breathe out as you bring your hands together. Tuck your chin. Raise your arms up to the sky as you take another breath in and breathe out as you lower your hands. Breathe in and out. Tuck your chin, reach up to the sky as we breathe in and breathe out as we lower our hands back to our sides. Breathe in as we raise our arms to shoulder height. Breathe out. Tuck your chin, reach behind your head and up to the sky, and breathe out as we lower our hands. Now we're going to sweep our arms down to come up, volcano pose. Really dig into your mat with your feet. Even if your feet are flush together like mine are, really dig down and then feel as if your feet are trying to rip your mat in half. Then we're going to lower to our forward fold. Breathe in as we rise up to flat back. Breathe out as we lower. Sweep our arms up and overhead, volcano pose, and bring our hands down in front of our hearts in prayer position. And we generated a little bit of heat, so we're going to take a couple of breaths to allow some of that heat to escape. So breathe in and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to sweep our arms up and overhead and go immediately into our forward fold again. Now place both hands on the mat, but we're going to step back with our right foot only. And we're going to lower that knee and place our foot where the top of the foot is against the mat. And we're going to rise up to crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in and out through the mouth to release any heat. Breathe in. Squeeze your thighs together to maintain your balance, and breathe out. We're going to lower our hands to the mat. We're going to step back with the left foot, plank pose, and immediately go back to our down dog. Now we're going to step forward with our left foot into a low lunge on this side. Then step our right foot up, back to our forward fold. Sweep our arms down to come up and overhead, and immediately go back to that forward fold. Now place your hands on the mat, and we're going to step back with our left foot. Lower that knee, get on the top of that back foot, squeeze your thighs together, reach up to the sky, crescent lunge. And breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And lower those hands to the mat. Curl your back toes under. Step back with that right foot into plank pose. Then up to down dog. Now we're going to step forward with that right foot one last time, back to low lunge. Step up to the front of the mat with the left foot, feet flush together. Sweep your arms down to come up and overhead, and bring your hands down in front of your heart in prayer position. Take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to sweep our arms down to come up and immediately go into forward fold. This time we're going to step back with the right foot, then the left, straight to our down dog. And we're going to anchor that left heel to the mat and lift that right leg up to the sky. Then we're going to bend that knee and bring it up to center. Reach back up, three-legged dog, and bring it straight up to our low lunge. Lower that knee again. Place your foot so that you're on the top of your foot and lift up to crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Then we're going to place our hands on the mat, curl our back toes under. Make sure that your left hand is in line with the arch of your right foot and reach up to the sky with our right hand, turning your head to look in that direction. And lower, step that left foot up to meet the front foot, back to our forward fold. Sweep your arms down to come up and overhead and bring your hands down in front of your heart in prayer position. Now we're just going to go straight to our forward fold. Place our hands on the mat. Step back with the right foot, step back with the left, straight to our down dog. This time we're going to anchor our right foot, our right heel to the mat. Lift that left leg up to the sky. Bend that knee. Bring our knee towards our heart. Then back up to three-legged dog. And bring that foot up to the front of the mat. And lower that right knee. Get onto the top of that right foot. Squeeze your thighs together and reach up, crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to lower our hands to the mat, curl our right toes under. Make sure that your right foot is right in line with the arch of your left foot. Lift that back knee and raise the left arm up to the sky, looking up at your hand. And then lower, step up with that back foot. This time we're going to keep our feet about hip width apart. Here in our forward fold. We're going to lift up halfway, flat back, and lower. Lift up as we take a deep breath in, flat back, and lower. This time, sweep your hands up and overhead and bring your hands down in front of your heart, prayer position. We're going to do a little bit of balance, but it's not going to be a terribly hard pose. So don't panic. You won't have to watch me nearly fall like I did last week. Oh, doing tree. We're really just going to work on just being able to hold a balanced pose and possibly do like a quad stretch, which will build later on for dancer pose. But if you're close to a piece of furniture, feel free to or a wall, reach out to hold your balance. But if you feel like you can handle balancing, what we're going to do first is shift all of our weight to our left foot, and we're going to lift our right knee and then lower. Now this time, interlace your fingers, and when you lift that right knee, grab it. Again, focusing on something out in front of you helps, and I wasn't doing that. And if it's out in front of you and down a little bit, it helps even more. And you can just, swirl your foot back and forth like this, do little circles. Now we're going to switch to the other side. I should have started with my weight on my right foot anyway. Now we're going to just lift that left knee and lower. And this time, interlace your fingers and grab that left knee and hold it. And we're going to add one more layer on, and that is to go into a quad stretch. So this time, shift all your weight to your left foot, interlace your fingers, grab that right knee as you lift it, then slide your right hand down to your ankle and bring your foot close to your glutes and try to keep your knee towards the center line. We're getting a little quad stretch here, which ultimately will set us up to be able to do dancer pose, which we'll try next week. And it's like I'm all sweaty. So my foot just slid right out of my hand. So if that happens to you, just try it again. Bring that knee up, switch your hand down to grab that ankle, and hold your heel as close as you can to your glutes. I'm actually going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit better. New thing to focus on, a new drishti. Lift that right knee. Grab it with interlaced fingers. And switching to the ankle or the top of the foot. Trying to keep that leg in line. And then lower. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to lift that left leg, grab it with interlaced fingers, shift down to where your hand is at your ankle, and bring that knee into the center line. Trying to keep your back straight the whole time. I didn't mention that earlier. But it's really just 2 more steps to go into dancer from here. So if you're able to do this and hold it, you're almost there. But again, if you have a piece of furniture right next to you, use it to help you hold your balance, or a wall or a door. It doesn't really matter. All right, so that's setting us up to be able to build on that balancing pose. But we're going to go back down to the mat. We're not going to do it in a fancy way. So just plop on down. She's coming back up to be in the frame. All right, so now we're going to lower to our backs. Lift the right knee Grab it with interlaced fingers, just like we did when we were in standing. And then lift your head and shoulders and reach towards your knee with your nose. Then lower that leg, lift the left leg. We're going to get into that abdominal wall a little bit, and then switch again. Try to make sure your lower back is in contact with the mat. You can point your toes or have them flexed. Doesn't really matter. Switching back to the left knee, then the right, left, and the right. Try to keep your face soft, no tension in our muscles of our face, no tension in our jaw. We're going to do a couple more. If you stopped, come back in, grab the left, the right, and the left one last time, and lower. I really have to come up here to work out early in the day during the summer. It gets insufferable here in the late afternoon and early evening. But I think the lighting is kind of evened out. So maybe 7:30 would be a good time to start streaming next week. But this is where we're going to end our practice. So place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your stomach, and allow every muscle to relax in Shavasana. Take a really deep breath in and out through your mouth to release that heat. Now, if you're ready to just relax the rest of the night, you can stay here in Shavasana a few more minutes. Or if you're ready to get up and go about some things that you might have planned to do tonight, you might want to get your heart rate up again by going into a little flow. But we are finished with this practice. She's sleeping close to the air vent. It's really hot up here. But I'm going to see if there's any comments. And if there isn't, then I'll be gone. Yes, crazy, sweaty summer hair. And I don't see any comments. I'm going to check here because it might have bombed out. And nope. All right, so there's no comments. I do hope you enjoyed this practice tonight. And I think I'm going to plan it for 7:30 next week, just so that the lighting is a little bit better, because you can see now it's not nearly as bright as it was. But I'll see you again next time. Bye.